Happy Friday, wealth creation investors. My name is Matthew Buckley, the Chief Investment Strategist here at WCI, and what an incredible week. I've had an absolute blast this week. And if you didn't feel like you had fun this week trading or investing, you're doing it wrong, and you really you need to change your game plan. Just awesome. Last week we talked about how the market was oversold. Yeah, a lot of bad news out there, but we're starting to reach correction territory. The Russell was down 8%. Some of the major indices were approaching that magical, Wall Street term of 10% equals a correction. Every time in the past couple of years since the financial tsunami, we've been close to a correction. It's bounced off that 10%, or we haven't broken through there. Will we? If the Fed gets out of the way and stops artificially inducing this market, yeah, we'll see a correction eventually, but who knows if that's going to happen. Which brings me to why we're seeing what we're seeing in the market. So we saw a relief rally this week. Called it last week. I said we're oversold. We're going to see a relief rally and sell the hell out of any relief rally, and I did. And in a couple of my live trading services, we're doing extremely well. The wealth creation, excuse me, with options. Folks are having a blast. If you're interested in trading live with me every Wednesday at 1 p.m. live in the market and watching me manage a model portfolio, you can go ahead and go on our wealthcreationinvesting.com and click on this banner, or you can go to wealthcreationinvesting.com/WO, and you can sign up there and join me every week and trade live. We're having some serious profits here. Last month, in the month of May, it was the worst market performance in 2 years out of the market. Our model, one of the model portfolios I manage, was up over 30%, 32% to be exact. So from here, I'll pull it up here, from May 1st to May 31st, 32% on $50,000 in haircut, nearly $16,000 in 1 month in model portfolio profits. That's pretty cool. So if you're not experiencing returns like these, you potentially could be. Why? Because you have to know how to trade this market. You have to know what's going on strategically. The market opened huge yesterday. Why? Because China cut interest rates. Seriously, our market is rallying on the Chinese cutting interest rates. I sold the hell out of that rally, and then I knew that at 10 a.m., Helicopter Ben was going to speak in front of Congress. And true to form, Helicopter Ben was porridge. He was lukewarm, not too hot, not too cold. The market is trading perversely right now. What do I mean by that? It's rallying on horrible news in the hopes that horrible news will lead to the Fed doing another round of quantitative easing. Does that make sense? Folks, we're a snake eating our own tail. Eventually, there's an end. So the market, traders, are rallying on horrible news. Bad jobs numbers or bad this equals market going up because they think Bernanke's going to have to step in and take some action. So if you don't understand that and you're not trading that correctly, you're going to get your rear end handed to you. And unfortunately, a lot of folks did last month. We didn't. We made some pretty serious profits in a month where people blew out. I subscribe to other trading services just as do my counterintelligence gathering. Some of them are sending out apology emails about their performance last month. There it is for yourself, folks. 5.1 to 5.31, worst market in 2 years, worst month, and there's what we did, 32%. So get on board, folks. I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about helping people. You got to know what's on the horizon. The fiscal cliff. It's amazing that the Fed chairman and the congressmen and senators sat there yesterday using that terminology, the fiscal cliff. And this is pretty interesting. I've never been a Bill Clinton fan. Let me get this up real quick. He came out the other day and, yeah, GOP once tried to bury Clinton. Now it's praising him. Why? Because he said we should fix all of our economic problems now and not wait till that January 1st Taxmageddon or fiscal cliff. He's saying to extend the Bush tax cuts. He's saying that when Romney was at Bain, he did a superb job. So they're trying to bury, the left, the Democrats are trying to, put the debate or put Clinton back in the corner here. And good old CBS, the mouthpiece of the left, trying to say, oh, well, what Clinton said wasn't all bad. Guess what? The guy's right. We're going to have an election, and after that election, we're not going to do anything up until this election because we have idiots in Washington. What's going to happen is we're going to have an election in November. A bunch of lame ducks are going to come back, and they're going to have 5 weeks to try and solve our nation's most incredible fiscal problems. And Bernac talked about this yesterday. The Congressional Budget Office, the independent Congressional Budget Office, said that if January 1st arrives as scheduled and everything automatically kicks in that's supposed to kick on that date, we will enter a recession overnight. That's absolutely incredible, ladies and gentlemen. Usually the CBO is like, oh, there's a potential for a recession, or it's a year out, or this or that. Overnight, it would be a 3.5% hit to our GDP. And right now, the Congressional Budget Office was forecasting 2013 growth at 4.4% GDP. Sold. I don't know what crack they're smoking, but we've been stumbling along at 2.5% GDP. 3% GDP would put a huge smile on my face. They were predicting 4.4. So them saying a 3.5% hit to our GDP on January 1st, if we don't do anything, you got to be ready, folks, and be ready. So this week was kind of a microcosm, or however the hell you say that, of what's going to happen. We're going to see some rallies every once in a while based on bad news or the potential that the Fed's going to get involved. Otherwise, it's bad, folks. There's nothing out there on the horizon that looks good. And that's a good thing if you're trading correctly. And that's what we're here for at WCI. So make sure you get on board. Just give it a trial there, folks. WealthCreationInvesting.com/WO. Trade live with me every week in the market and walk away with actionable trades to add to your model portfolio. And potentially you can be seeing gains like this. And as I said several times before, your trading screen should look like this. On a day that's flat, you should have some greens, some reds, some pinks, some light greens. If you're all green or all red, you're doing it wrong. Period. And I can say that with confidence. So, folks, I had a blast this week. It's awesome. I love trading this market. If you don't, please come check me out, just for the good of yourself, your family, and your future, because you should not be trading this market solo. Okay? So Matthew Buckley with Wealth Creation Investing. Go to wealthcreationinvesting.com/WO, and I will see you next Wednesday at 1 p.m. in our live trading session. Otherwise, I'll see you on Monday's Market Outlook. Have a great and safe weekend. We'll see you.